We're being very Canadian today.
Hey.
We just got Tim Hortons, and we never go to Tim Hortons because we live where there is no Tim Hortons. So fresh, so lovely. This is not sponsored, but Tim Hortons, sponsor us. We're Canadian. What on earth? We've an exciting morning today. We just went to purchase everything we need for our electrical fence for Henry, and we got our
Is the electrical fence for Henry?
I think it's... I'm gonna test it on you.
Yeah.
Okay, we got an electrical fence so I can test it and be shocking Philip by the end of the day. I'm pretty sure I shock him at some point every day, but this will be an official shocking on today's video. And we also got our very first stock tanks. Right now we've been using other things around the homestead, so it's kind of fun to start getting some like official farm gear. Oh my goodness. I almost made the biggest mistake ever. Remember this from yesterday's video? The sink came out of our bathroom. We just were working on our bathroom renovation, as you know, over the past couple of months. And we removed this, what I think I called beautiful sink yet hideous vanity, which I assumed was original to the house. But when I meant original to the house, I didn't literally mean original to the house being built in 1899. I figured at some point this sink was brought in and used and put into the bathroom vanity that was there that looked like a pretty significant DIY. It was in rough shape. Oh my gosh, I was so wrong. Yesterday I was asking ideas on how I could upcycle this sink that needs a serious scrubbing. It needs a little bit of work, but the pattern and the actual sink itself is in perfect condition. And then you guys left me comments on ideas, and I was like, bird bath? What a cute idea. I could do a really cute little garden around it, maybe make it into like a butterfly or hummingbird or a bird bath, something adorable like that in the garden, in the acreage. Still get to look at the beautiful sink, but we don't really have a use for another sink inside. So I've had it sitting outside of the greenhouse here on that vanity that we dragged out of the bathroom. We recently burned the bottom part of the vanity because it was completely broken. And I was about to put this in the greenhouse until spring so that we could turn this into a beautiful bird bath. I was even researching ideas on what I could use for the pedestal for the bird bath. But then you guys commented, quite a few of you were like, Elysia, are you really gonna turn that late 1800s antique into a bird bath? I think you should probably reevaluate that idea and look into what your sink is worth. So let's look at the sink. Okay, this is what is on the front portion of the sink. I'm gonna show you that, so hopefully if we can get all hands on, we can try to figure out and locate a photo of this original sink. Okay, so this is what's on the front. It does say what appears to be 402B or 402H. I think it's a B. Let me know what you think. It says the Jail Mott Iron Works. Okay, so I looked this up. Looks like they were in operation in the very, very late 1800s and probably ended the company somewhere around 1910, 1908, 1910. And then it says Brown, Westhead, Moore & Co., Cauldron Place, Staffordshire, England, New York, manufactured for, okay, so it says Potters of Her Majesty. By royal appointment. So cool. This badge alone on here is absolutely amazing. It does have a little bit of an imprinting here, but I can't quite make out what it says. But it's imprinted on top of. I'm gonna see if maybe I can take a look at that again later on camera. And this says some numbers, it looks like here, but I can't make out what it is. But I mean, the emblem itself looks like it's never been touched. And it says Cauldron Elaine, which is really, really cute. And it even has a P on it. P for my Philip. Okay. Inside, the sink pattern is absolutely beautiful. And I believe they would have called this like a rose color, pink rose, from what I can research online. None of this that you see that's in the sink is attached. It's just, oh, we even had a little slug friend. This is just because I just had it outside and it rained yesterday. And then we have the drain holes on this side. Okay, this stuff all comes off. This is all just because this house has always had a well and the water leaves marks on the bottom of the well. So cleaned up, this can look really, really beautiful, like new. Pattern printing is not damaged in any way, nor any of the drain holes. I'm gonna give this a really good clean. So I started diving into the world of the internet, and I went down a massive rabbit hole on when this company closed, if this was in fact an original sink. I cannot for the life of me find this exact sink, but I can find some sink basins that are from that time period that are very similar, and the price points on them are somewhere between $1,000 and $3,000 US. And so I don't think this is going to turn into a bird bath. And I'm not saying I'm going to sell this by any means, but I think this is definitely something that we need to honor and restore a little more in the house here. Maybe would we one day put in a second bathroom? It's a possibility. Were we planning on it? No. We make do with one bathroom, no problem at all. And the reality is eventually it will just be Philip and I here as the boys get older. So if they were really, really little, then maybe I would say that we needed a main floor powder room. Or maybe as we get older, Philip and I won't want to do the stairs or won't be able to do the stairs, and we need a powder room on the main floor. But for right now, it's not really in our plan. But now I need to think of what I'm going to do with this sink. So I guess challenge for all of our YouTube family, can anyone find this same sink online, and what do we think that it's valued at? Because I almost turned what I think is a very rare and really good shape antique sink basin. I was going to turn this into a bird bath. You just never know what you're going to find. And I should have known, because this house was built in 1899 and it was a captain's quarters. So they would have had some finer things in life, that they would have been a family that had some extra financial resources that maybe other families of that time period wouldn't have had, because he did have a really good job and he was a really well-known historical captain. And some of the original fixtures that were in the house were very well done, and you could tell were done with a little bit of financial resource. And so I should have known that this could have been worth something, but I completely overlooked it because it wasn't what I was going to have in the bathroom. And to be honest, until yesterday, I never really noticed that little plaque on the front. I think it's so beautiful. So, and I've always thought this was a beautiful sink, just wasn't going to fit the top of the vanity that I was doing in the bathroom. So what do we think? I need some help, YouTube family. Help me find, if we can find this original sink or any information about this original sink, so we can figure out like what do we have, and any ideas you think I should do with this, because we need to take this inside the house, not leave it in the greenhouse for winter, clean it up. I'm going to make sure I clean it really well so that nothing gets damaged on the sink at all. I'm going to wrap it up nice, and I'm going to put it aside for a bit till I figure out exactly what I'm going to do with it. I also thought that it would be really fun if we can't figure out really what this is worth, or, you know, any information about it, that I would take a look and see. Maybe like the Antique Roadshow or something comes to Nova Scotia and I could take this and see what they say about it, because I think it's a pretty rare find to find something like this that's in such good shape from literally over 100+ years ago. Okay, and this is the faucet that was just on the vanity, so not connected to the sink. So I don't necessarily think that this is that old. I don't know, you can give me your opinion, but I did like the pump style, which is why we got one in an antique brass. It's very similar that Philip picked for the bathroom. But I'm going to keep this for another project, because I think, again, this could get cleaned up really nicely. Just needs some of the debris off of it from always operating with a well. You can see what happens when you always have a well water that maybe has too hard of water or too much of one thing or another in the water. So we're going to pack this up. I'm going to clean this up and pack this up as well. Although I know this didn't come with the sink. So today is kind of a shorter episode for you. I want to see what you think about the sink here, but we had to go all the way into the city today to be able to get all the supplies that we need to run the electrical fence for our cattle to arrive. And that's going to be something we'll be working on over the weekend, as well as many of you asked, will Henry have a shelter? Yes, 100%. So we have the boys home for a longer weekend this weekend, and we will be building a shelter for Henry to be able to come here. He won't come until his shelter's up, and we'll be ready for him. So we just went and picked up everything we need for the electrical fencing. We already have all the supplies already been brought here for us to build him his shelter. And so that's going to be a lot of fun, and finish moving our wood. And then shortly, in just about a half hour or so, I need to go pick up the boys. They're staying after school for some new clubs at school, which is really exciting. And so we have like a full jam-packed day today. In addition to this evening, I'm working on a bunch of the Crate With Me kit orders and our Give the Gift of DIYs. Also, I've been making some really, really cute holiday themed items to be able to take to our craft show. And so over the next couple of days, I want to show you a few things that I'm working on. Okay, I found Philip. He's doing more farm chores. We're just like full of farm chores lately. Also, I was going to mention that I have been working with the boys on a couple of new things to take to our Christmas craft show. And so I want to show you over the next couple of days a few of the projects we've been working on that I'm dying to show you. I will put, are you trying to make horns behind me? I will put a couple of some of those items on the website later on this week. So if you're wanting to keep an eye out for some of those, I'm excited to show you guys a few new things that we've come up with. They're super adorable. And so stay tuned for those later on this week. But I love you. Thank you so much. We are so loving our daily episodes. Today was a shorter episode for you, but we will be back tomorrow with more. Shockingly shorter today. No, I didn't even get to shock Philip in today's video. I was really hoping to. But the boys called and they've decided to join a new club after school, which means that our whole day and the rest of the afternoon here gets shifted a little bit, but that's totally okay. I'll be shocking him tomorrow because I need to test this new system, and who not better to test it on than Philip?